What I miss? Let's find out. Andy Serkis's directional debut, Mowgli, is jumping ship from Warner Brothers to Netflix. They bought the distribution rights from Warner Brothers a la Cloverfield Paradox and will be releasing it sometime in 2019 as opposed to October 19th of this year. And I mean, I'm not really that surprised. Not only did Warner Brothers push this bitch back for years in order to keep from competing with Disney's CG live-action adaptation of The Jungle Book, but even if they were to still release it, it's going to be compared to that said Jungle Book movie to this day. And depending on how good this movie actually is, when it comes to word of mouth, it could either make or break the movie. But, as Netflix has proven by them constantly snatching up shit, they don't give a fuck. You're gonna be surfing Netflix because you're bored, you're gonna find it and watch it, and now that there isn't gonna be a user-based review system on the platform anymore, word of mouth ain't gonna mean shit if you're still paying them $11 a month. And considering how much the likes of Netflix, Hulu, and Amazon are willing to shell out for like original content nowadays, big-time studios selling movies that they don't really have that much faith in to the likes of them is starting to become streamlined. Especially when rival studios make different takes on the same stories, like Mowgli and Jungle Book. Like, I'm pretty sure if they were buying up content back in 2012 like they're doing now, then Relativity Media would have been sold the rights to Mirror Mirror to Netflix as soon as they found out about Universal's Snow White and the Huntsman. Like, you can't tell me otherwise. So it turns out that next year's big crossover event that's going to introduce Batwoman into the Arrowverse is pretty much going to be a backdoor pilot. Because she's getting her own CW series, bitch, yes! And what's even better is that they are legitimately looking for a real-life lesbian actress to play her, and this is a lot to take in. Like, I rarely hate the decision that I made to not have cable or a TV streaming service, mostly because I don't watch enough of the shit to justify paying for it. And I know that it's financially irresponsible of me to get the shit just to watch one show, but bitch, I'm considering it. I don't care how much House Hunters, Chopped, or Bar Rescue I need to watch to justify that monthly ass price. But considering that Batwoman is my favorite Bat Family superhero, as far as watching her show as it airs, I feel the need to at least make an attempt, you know? Just to let her know that I'm here and I'm trying, because that's all that anybody could ask of their stands at the end of the day, right? So the MoviePass app crashed this weekend because the company ran out of money. No, seriously, they had to borrow $5 million in order for them to pay their merchant and fulfillment processors so they can get the bitch fixed. Which, up to that point, you could only use the e-ticketing option using your card, which you know. And that was mostly due to them not having enough cash to fulfill all the movie ticket purchased for Mission Impossible Fallout this past weekend. Despite them introducing their whole Uber surge pricing clone, peak pricing, this month. And despite everything getting semi-back to normal over on MoviePass's part, they just completely barred anybody from watching Mission Impossible Fallout through any means other than e-ticketing. Because, bitch, we just got the lights turned back on. We need to prioritize. Okay, so I know this isn't the reason why MoviePass is currently hemorrhaging money. But the part that I personally find hilarious about this bitch is that I, back in the day, reached out to MoviePass to see if they wanted to sponsor Readus reviews. And no, they didn't leave me on red per se. What they did was reply to me with the contact information of the person that would be, like, approving the sponsorship. I reached out to that person, and they left me on red. Now, I'm not saying that they're suffering because they just didn't tell a brother no on some Disney Jordan Peele shit, but I mean, karma's a hell of a drug. So apparently Buffy the Vampire Slayer is getting a revival in the form of a sequel series. The initial announcement brought up a lot of changes, with the main one being that Buffy was going to be a black woman this time around, setting off the alarm for all of the racist and problematic members of its fan base. But the new showrunner pretty much confirmed that this isn't going to be a reboot of the series, but a continuation of the original. Will that stop racist trolls? I don't know. Ask Titans Anna Diop over on Instagram. Oh wait. Personally, I have no stake in this project because I never really watched Buffy or any of Joss Whedon's TV shows. I was personally too busy watching TV shows with characters in it that didn't disappoint me during/after the 5th season. And considering that this is a sequel series, not a reboot, that means I'm probably going to have to watch the original show, and I just don't have that amount of time to dedicate to Joss Whedon's imagination. So unless it's for a video idea, which I admit I've been considering for quite a while now, I'm just gonna leave Buffy over there unpolished. Y'all have fun though. Batman Hush, one of my all-time favorite Batman stories, is getting an animated movie. It's coming out summer of next year, and I'm both excited and terrified at the same time. Excited because at the time it was the story that got me into current comics, and I always wanted to see an animated movie of it. More specifically, a theatrically released animated movie, animated in Jim Lee's art style with the entire cast of Batman the Animated Series returning, but that was clearly wishful thinking on my end. And I'm terrified because while DC animated movies have still been enjoyable, their quality has began to slide ever since The Killing Joke. And considering how Hutch is so close to my heart, I just don't want to see it get Gotham by gaslighted. At the least, I would like to see it get the same treatment as all the Frank Miller stories that have been turned into animated movies. Also known as the only ones that he wrote that were actually good. But I don't know, that might just be me wanting too much. Because Lord knows asking for the bare minimum nowadays is just a struggle and a half. Anyway, readers, your homework assignment for the day. Write in the comment section below any news stories that I might have missed, and I'll make sure and try and cover them next week. If you want to help support the channel, you can purchase official merchandise by clicking the card at the end of the video or in the link in the description down below. Also, be sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications, because I post new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and every other Friday. But until then, this is Readus 101. Class dismissed.